Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2.
How's that?
No, I'm just so stuck in my American accent.
Level.
It's not recording, is it?
Look, I just find it's easier.
My job before this was working as the light relief reporter on a current affairs show.
She's out on the street, out on the street, out on the street. She talks to everyone she meets, out on the street.
Gerard, Haley and I wanted to make TV together, and we came up with this idea. Well, Gerard mostly had this idea formed in his head already.
The original concept for the Jaquie Brown Diaries was sort of like a parody of the Red Shoe Diaries, really. Jaquie was this kind of sexually repressed character who was always pondering what it would be like to...
And referenced shows like Sex and the City and the Bridget Jones's Diary and stuff like that, but twisted on its head so that the character doesn't actually learn anything. We both worked together on C4. He was the director there, and we worked on a lot of things together. And always had a really good time, had a similar sense of humour and a similar sense of what was good, and just got on really well.
There was no extra money or time to do anything at C4, but we used to just do stuff for the fun of it, and I always thought that Jaquie was a real great comedian, and I thought she was like a cute Benny Hill.
When we decided that the idea that we had was good, we thought, okay, well, we're going to talk to the network about it. So I wrote an email to the head and said, hey, what do you think about this idea? And she said, it's great, you know, write me some more information about it. So I went to Gerard and he went, okay, this is what it is, this is how it will work, and blah, blah, blah. And I went, here you go, boom. And they went, yeah, good, okay, well, if you want funding, it'd probably be good to have a pilot where you show us what it will look like visually and this. And we were like, Rodney, thank you for taking time to be with me today.
Oh, pleasure.
I'd like to start by asking you, who do you feel would be smarter, Fat Rodney or Slim Rodney?
Well, I'd like to think that both are pretty good, but like, have you got some questions here? And
okay,
sensible?
Sure. I know your wife left you, so did she leave Fat Rodney or Slim Rodney?
Oh no, look, I'm not here to have my personal life joked about by you, made fun
it's just
of
a question.
by a third-rate journalist. I've actually had it.
And cut there.
Hi, I'm Jaquie Brown. Here's your bus fare, Rodney.
Cheers, Jackie.
What you just saw there was me acting, and you'll see a whole lot more of that when you fund my new show, the Jaquie Brown Diaries. We snuck into TV3 and went downstairs and kind of did this covert filming, and all the people in the news department going, what the fuck is this going on? I work at TV3 in the news department as the light relief on a hard-hitting current affairs show. But lately, I've been thinking that maybe there's more to life. That was the voiceover monologue. It's kind of an easy way of letting you know what I'm thinking. Like, I wonder if this pitch is really working. It was kind of a last-minute thought. I hope it's not going to detract from the rest of the prop, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered. I mean, surely they realise the actual show is going to be way better than this. We had Haley pretending to be Kim Cherie.
Jaquie, I've just had a call from the Herald. They want you on the cover of next week's canvas.
Of course, we'll get way better actors than this.
What did I think of the show when I first heard of it? I just was like, Jaquie Brown's in it, Jaquie Brown's in it, she's really funny, I've been out drunk with her and she's really funny. I want to be in it.
I was intrigued, I guess, is the first thing. I knew a little bit about Jaquie Brown. I'd seen her on TV3, but the whole concept of it was pretty interesting, actually.
I was at film school years and years and years ago, and I met a young, talented director that wouldn't take no for an answer from tutors. He then asked me and my mate GP to act in his 48-hour film competition. He won that.
There's a special crimes unit, not special needs unit. Oh, quit breaking our balls.
Yeah, Chief, lay off our balls.
And then he rang me up and told me that I could audition for a role, but there's no guarantees just because I was his friend, good friend, that I was going to get it. Flat?
Tom?
Ah, that's me.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I said 10.
I thought you meant AM though.
Oh, sorry. I can see how that could be a problem. Can I use your loo?
Gerard and I had worked together, and as soon as he said he had a new show, I just got incredibly excited.
Should have known he was a perv though. Always trying to get me to do it there.
What?
You know, do it there.
Where?
You know, just back of the fridge.
I had heard from quite a few people that Jodie Malloy was a really talented writer and that I should talk to her, and so I just really took a punt. The same way we took a punt on that Jaquie could act, I just took a punt that this Jodie girl would be a good writer.
Great friends with Jodie Malloy, who's a riot, and as in R-I-O-T, riot. And she told me some stories and that I should be good as one of the characters, and so did that and had a bit of a screen test, and that was good because I got the part.
You finding any of this useful?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too bored, are you?
God, no.
15 seconds.
How do you stay so calm?
Well, it's just like driving a car, I guess. I mean, you're supposed to be concentrating, but pretty much it's been most of the time in la-la land. It was written down anyway.
The idea of actually becoming an actor and playing a version of myself was quite surreal. But I didn't think that it was anything kind of strange until people would say, "Oh man, you're so brave doing that. That's really, you know, hardcore or full on." I go, "Oh, is it?" Oh.
We were doing a rehearsal and I was trying to pretend like I was a professional director, and we're going to do a line reading and then we're going to sort of stand up and figure out our positions, and yeah, that's how it's going to work. But then when Jaquie said, "Well, where do I stand?" I was like, I don't know. We should just stand. Like half the first rehearsal was Jaquie figuring out, where should I stand? If you're there and what should I do with my hands now? What?
When I say, "So you're unemployed," is it a question or a statement? No, but it's called the Jaquie Brown Diaries. That's my name. If this doesn't work, then this is a career ender. I was so nervous that beforehand I got really sick and gave myself shingles, which is like a nerve-related skin condition.
I'm telling you, you're out of your mind. Yeah, I danced with your girl, but she's done my top, and I don't think you understand. We were only dancing, not holding hands, and I can't help but stress to say that I don't want your girl.
Because everyone else had worked on stuff before and was more professional than me, I would turn up and they would go, "Okay, so what's happening here?" And I'd be like, "Well, you read the script, you tell me, how does it work? You're the camera guy, you're the first AD. I should just be able to sit behind the monitor and just tell you if it's any good or not." But it wasn't like that. I would have to jump out there and act out the scene and block the scene for everyone so that everyone knew what was going on. Okay, from there, you're like, "Get off!
Get off! I want you!"
And then we're picking up the action in two sizes, a mid-wide, and a tight two. It makes perfect sense now when you think about it, but when you go into making a show as a TV show fan, you realise the difference between making something and just watching something.
You want me to hit you in the face?
Yeah, fuck you.
By the time the first one hits you, you'll be doing this anyway.
Yeah.
So if one smacks in,
Go on.
You're such a true guy.
You are, JC. Really true. Yeah, I'm about to have a big fight with Jackie Clark. Action. And cut. Oh my god, it went right on my nose. I wasn't expecting that. Bashing Jackie Clark's head on the ground.
Told you I'd bring it, bitch!
And I didn't realise she came up and she was like, and everyone's like, "You were pushing her face into the floor." I was like, "Oh, was I?" She goes, "Yeah." "Oh no, I'm so sorry."
We had very limited time throughout the whole shoot.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
But Gerard made the mistake of giving me free rein and letting me improvise, which is always a mistake.
Go on. No. Sit on Uncle's lap. I'll give you a little tickle. Come down, bro. Sorry, Gerard.
You give me an inch and I will take several miles.
Oh, she's so bad. She's so naughty.
Come on, little Obi-Wan Kenobi in your little robe, your little Highland robe. Come on, Will Wallace. So bloody attractive you're going to pick up tonight, I think. Don't look away from me. Seriously, look at you, your little short Scottish oat cake, my little...
Ryan would do these things where like he holds his laughter in his throat, or like he swallows in his laughter. Okay.
What noise is that?
In the supermarket scene when he hands that thing to Fale.
Men don't find skinny women attractive, only fashion designers do. Now we're going to go around the corner.
we only literally had minutes to get it out, but we couldn't actually get words out.
This is Fale. He's agreed to help with the intervention.
What intervention?
The vegetable intervention.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
The vegetable intervention. The carrots, the cabbage, the... Go.
Just show your professionalism by getting through it.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. Right. And action. What are you doing?
Can't let you do it, Jaquie.
First couple of corpses are quite fun, and then it is painful for the crew because everyone's sitting there watching, and you know you're having your fun in front of the camera.
When you're in that situation, you start laughing, you get the giggles, you can't stop.
And in order for me to be able to control my laughter, I have several tricks of the trade. My curling of my toes, you actually bend your toes all the way over and you grind them into the floor, but you don't let it show on your face.
Pinching my hand.
Actually bite down on your gums.
Slap myself in the face, which is my tactic now, because if I slap and it hurts enough, it sort of jogs me out of the laughter.
Apparently she's just been doing a scene where she had to do a lot of spinning, kind of a flash dance scene, and she's lying on the makeup room trailer floor at the moment, almost about to vom.
Working a bit hard maybe, or?
Yeah, probably. For a non-athlete, yeah. I'd worked with Ryan and GP, who played Shane, Jackie's personal trainer.
How could you?
On those 48 Hour films. He didn't get a big part on the show, but to compensate, I gave him a job making sandwiches.
Cream cheese toasties. Would you like cheese, onion or spaghetti?
And so somehow you have to angle it. Somehow you have to angle it round.
I get respect today because I'm an actor, but serve them tea and coffee. Nothing. Not even a thank you. This is the first day I haven't had to spit into a cup.
Yeah, first day of shooting I was feeling a little bit sick actually, and then I found out I was pregnant that night. So yeah, I basically was dealing with morning sickness and stuff all throughout the shoot.
I think as journalists, it's our job to tell people what's actually happening in the world, and somewhere along the way I think we've forgotten that. I think that's really sad.
I always find making TV hard because I feel the subtleties of making television are different from what I'm used to, which is a stand-up kind of environment where the silences in the stand-up environment it's a very simple kind of game you play with the audience. But in television, in many ways, the editor is creating the humour by lengthening or shortening spaces and silence, and I just feel like I'm too big for television.
Oh, g'day, mate. Hey, good lunch?
Yeah, great, thanks.
Great.
I was constantly asking Gerard, am I too big? Shall I make it smaller? And you go, no. I go, okay, well, that's good.
Working with the cast was a real challenge and a real joy at the same time. I was so nervous because I was with professional actors, and that made me feel like I've really got to be good and I can't get it wrong. And
what's it like working with Jaquie Brown?
Yet to find out, to be honest. Haven't started yet, so I'm imagining it's going to be awful. Can't do this fucking thing work.
Hey.
We're just trying to get in the pauses, you know.
Absolutely. When he answers the phone, don't go, it's annoying, because you're just like, fucking, you know, make a call to Afghanistan if you want to. Like, I'm getting late
I'm
tonight.
getting late. Alright, yeah.
Thanks for that. Did you know that it was story?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah. Well,
What was that?
No,
I heard it different.
yeah, but what did you hear?
Well, I heard she got the north, and then shit all over the bed afterwards, and there was corn on it.
Set. And action.
Fuck.
Okay. For fuck's sakes. You love me on camera, what are you talking about?
I want it to be obvious that it's a few drinks into it and things are becoming difficult, like speech, just slightly difficult.
Okay. I really like the scene when Kim and Jaquie go out and they get really hammered together, and then I love the moment when Jaquie sees the dog. Good boy.
Hang on to the mat box with the treat sort of somehow like that. You'll follow whatever I do.
Camera set and action.
Jaquie, come on. Come on.
Yeah, but it was good because he did lots of things where when DJ called him and he kind of sat back, and I think it's going to work a treat.
Good moment, you're really excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to throw up. The vomit is actually made up of biscuits and ginger beer, so hopefully I won't like it too much. But even the thought of it is making me want to be sick, so. Looking at the dog.
Cut! I think we got enough there. I think, yeah.
Yeah, between the two. Alright, this?
Just get as much in your mouth as you can handle. Just give us a thumbs up when you're ready.
Do you want me to give two like, or just work? Here we go. Ready? Good over?
Have it.
I'll take it together.
Yeah, I'll go tonight, I'll go too.
Set and action. And cut.
Great.
That was pretty good. How awesome does that look? It looks so perfect, eh? Wow.
How was it for you?
Tasted delicious.
Cut the beat up, beat up. GB, you're in trouble. They call me the big girl, thick red girl.
Actually, my favourite part of working on the show was dealing with Kalia Smith, because she's just brilliant. She's the new Patricia Field, I think. You know, she's amazing.
Kalia and I had been friends for a while. She'd starred me in other magazine shoots, and she works for magazines around town. It was wonderful because she had a real vision for it.
Working in New Zealand, I'm used to working with a limited amount of money. I was just lucky that so many designers were so supportive. Karen Walker, Kate Sylvester, Zambezi all let me take huge amounts of their clothing and sit on it for absolute months, which is not something they would usually do.
She added just another dimension to the show completely.
But she really wanted my character to be really big.
They came up with a fat suit for me, but to me it looked more like Jaquie was pregnant, which wasn't really the idea. And Gerard wanted more of an egg shape and a loose reference to Humpty Dumpty. So, being my first prosthetics job, I got a little creative and ended up finding a size 22 women's swimsuit and stuffing it with the wadding from one of my cushions and just kind of moulding it into an egg shape, which I think Jaquie thoroughly enjoyed sweating all over.
Putting on that cricket uniform, that one piece is pretty embarrassing. I wouldn't do that for fun.
I think the hardest thing about it was what not being in stuff that was really funny too. I think you always want to be in every scene.
We can climb the highest mountain. We can swim the deepest sea.
Yeah, sorry, that was great. Sorry, my mistake. Here we go. Oh yeah, hang on.
It's great that we're doing this for a charity.
We just want to have a snippet of your voice on.
Yeah. If you really, really, really believe it.
You know what it means to be a Kiwi. Do you want me to lift the microphone a bit, or is that level okay?
But I did think my part went pretty good. You know, my characteristic style, but then straight after me they sent Will Martin in. Will Martin, like child genius, you know, like opera singer to the stars. Is that what he is? Classical way.
He's like Haley, but boy. About movies.
But a boy, and he sings like amazing. He's got an amazing voice. So now I'm just contemplating where to from here. You know, these charity things are not what this cracked up to be, man.
I really enjoyed the Olympics episode. I thought that was the stuff with Jackie's nostril being deformed.
I'm just sitting here having a prosthetic nose applied. Are you alright?
So I'll be here till July, and then we start in. So yeah.
Did you say camera when a video camera?
Noodles.
Sure, one of the networks will report that.
You can kind of see the edges and stuff, and if I move, might be easier. What do you think?
So, is it a thicker coating than before?
Of what, latex? No, it's a thinner one, but because there's edges, and they're trying to, you can't really blend them straight to the skin. You just have to cover it as best as.
We have a look. I'll powder over it a little bit more, and then we'll have a look on a different
we can always tweak it. We can actually make it brighter and post as well.
That would be Kalia. Do you want to answer that?
Those little, just bat an eyelid up. Sorry? Huh? Just bat an eyelid up and all that we need. So go back past all that we need. Yeah.
What I was mostly happy about was that I wasn't actually as useless as I thought I was going to be.
I thought everyone's really brilliant on it.
I was just really proud of it, and it felt like a show that was made by people that really care.
It's a bunch of young, inexperienced people that are really big for a shot at making a comedy.
Because of the nature of it, because it was done on such a small budget, everyone was really going above and beyond their job description, you know what I mean? And I think that shows, and I think that's why people liked it. And people really liked it.
It's beautifully lit and it's funny and it's got a great cast.
It was good. It looked really good. I was just really impressed.
You know, there is a stigma about New Zealand comedy, but I really hope that the talents of everyone involved, like Gerard and Jaquie and the people that created the show, I just hope that people realise that it can be done here and it can be done really well, and it just opens doors to people.
Working with a friend on a professional television show with a wonderful, talented, beautiful actress.
I felt like, yeah, you know, if I die tomorrow, I'll be pleased that I achieved this, because it's not easy, you know, it's not easy putting it together.